It all began in Genesis 6, when human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them. The sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. These were the heroes of old, men of renown. Mighty men, giants, offspring of fallen angels and human women. Around 2,800 years after God created Adam, Hebrew King David had his own mighty men. An elite group of 6 to 8 extraordinarily strong and loyal warriors who stood with him in battle after battle. Some of them performed feats that sound almost superhuman. Fast forward from King David 3,000 years to April 2026. 2 armed search teams composed of 3 US Army Very Special Operators per team haloed high altitude low observability under cover of darkness, wearing night vision and tracking devices into the rugged mountains of Iran, east of the Strait of Hormuz. The official cover story: they were searching for Iran's hidden radioactive uranium yellow cake caches. The real mission was far more dangerous. Their orders were to relocate the ancient tunnels of the giants and extract the largest bones of those giants that they could carry out in their packs. Each team had a drag, the last man out. His job was, if necessary, to deliberately draw Iranian forces toward himself, sacrificing his own escape window so the other 4 operators could get the heavy bags of bones to the extraction point. One man didn't make it out in time. He initiated full SERE protocols: survival, evasion, resistance, and escape, deep behind enemy lines. His fate is classified. But the 5 men who did return brought back something which changed history. Bone fragments with viable marrow. Muscle tissue that was still sufficiently somewhat flexible. Barely. Bone marrow that contained DNA, which very likely matched the ancient Nephilim. Cloning is no longer science fiction. Cloning is very real and very up to date. Your granny can be cloned and survive it. This possibility is exactly why Donald Trump is determined to dominate Iran. It was October 13th, 2026, when the world first heard whispers about the giants beneath the hills, east of the Strait of Hormuz. But the real operation, the one that has Donald J. Trump and his inner circle obsessed, happened months earlier, April 2026, deep inside Iran. What the surviving 5 operators brought out changed everything. The bone fragments were rushed back to black site laboratories. The DNA was much better than they could have hoped for after 3,000 years of desert weather. Muscle tissue still relatively viable. Marrow still somewhat active. Cloning was now on the table. And that single possibility is why Trump is desperate to conquer and control the entire region of Iran. He doesn't just want the land, he doesn't just want the yellow cake or the shipping lanes. He wants the army of cloned giants that he can probably create. Nephilim giants, with origins going back thousands of years. By late December 2025, the entire FOB had become one massive black operation. Archaeologists were reinforced with military biologists and loads of C5A hardware. NDAs were signed under threat. Billions moved in secret. The stock market quivered in anticipation. Then the dream started. Trump started waking at 3:33 a.m. almost every night, drenched in sweat. He told his inner circle the same thing. "They're calling to me. The tall ones. They say the ram has 2 horns now, and one is already taller. Then came one particular late-night conversation that has never been made public. In the White House, Trump sat with Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and Vice President J.D. Vance in a secure office. The office was dimly lit. On the low table were classified photos of the giant bones. Trump leaned forward and said, "Pete, how do we rebuild this army for the kind of war that's coming? We're going to need something different." Hegseth paused, then answered carefully, "Mr. President, if these bones are what the scientists say they are, we're not talking about normal soldiers anymore." Vice President J.D. Vance, quiet for a moment, finally spoke. "Mr. President, do you remember the Prophet Kim Clement? He is, or was quite specific, enough so that the FBI checked him out at his home. So serious. He died of cancer in Southern California in 2016. Your first year in office, Mr. President. In one of his prophecies, and it is on camera live, he said God told him, 'Donald Trump will be my David.'" The room went silent. Trump stared at the photos of the enormous bones for a long time. Then he said softly, "David had his mighty men. Maybe it's time America had hers." Because here's what almost no one understands. The real war in the Strait of Hormuz isn't just about shipping lanes or yellow cake. It's about securing the hills where these giants were found, before the IRGC gets to them, or before they fully wake up. Some of the men and scientists who handled the remains have already started disappearing. One was found muttering to himself in a chair in his backyard, muttering about the apocalypse. Another team scientist, Arthur Federstein, Ph.D. Quantum Entanglement Theory, NYU, kept drawing the same image. A man in a suit, right fist held high, standing on a mountain of bloody bones, with 6 enormous humanoid shadows standing behind him like guardians. The question that keeps a small group of people awake at night is this. When those giants finally open their eyes again, whose side will they choose? And if God really called Donald Trump my David, what kind of mighty men is he being prepared to clone and send into war? David had his mighty men, and I want mine. Pete, make this happen. ASAP. Do you hear me? Yes, Mr. President, I do, replied the Secretary of War. Good, replied Trump. Get your ass in motion. One last thing, Mr. President, said Vice President J.D. Vance. Go ahead, J.D. What do you want to say? The giants might not follow you. You have no control over that. Lastly, and perhaps of major importance, the giants were for certain cannibals.